What's happening, brother? Do we still get down where we used to go and dance? Will our ball club win the pennant? Do you think we have a chance? And tell me, friend, I want to know what's happening, brother. Ooh. What's happening? What is the journey within? When I think about the journey within, I think about a process. I think about what does it take to really find out who I am or what I'm about. And most of the time, going past the era of perception would be part of the process, and trying to figure out what that really means for me. As I started to look at the journey within, it is a part of a book that my partner and I wrote called The Journey Within. And this book helps you to discover your authentic self. But it was something that happened to me on the way of recovery, when I started to find out who I really was and what I was really about. The idea that the recovery is to know thyself, to find thyself, and to be that person that you always wanted to be. And in the journey within, we find that we start to discover what our authentic self looks like. In recovery, there is an idea that we want to be happy, joyous, and free. But as we go within, we find that there are a lot of obstacles. And so, first of all, how do I see myself? Sometimes we can see ourselves the way other people talk about us. Sometimes we can see ourselves the way we think about when we identify with something that we like, or even when we identify with something that we dislike. And so sometimes the perception that we have of ourselves usually comes from what we tell ourselves about ourselves. And sometimes that's not even who we are. And when we were children coming up, we might have wanted to be a fireman. We might have wanted to be a policeman. We might have wanted to be a wrestler. And so we would identify with those parts of society that really wasn't us. I remember when I wanted to be a cowboy, and I used to get the broom handle, and I used to ride the broom like, the broom was shaped like a horse, and ride the broom, and we used to play in the backyard. I mean, the imagination was fertile then. Nobody to tell you it was right or it was wrong. So when I started to grow up, life seemed to throw me a curve, and I was kind of like unhappy and miserable. And I needed something to make me feel kind of like happy during the day. I didn't like to be sad. I didn't like to be unhappy. I found myself miserable, just miserable, trying to live life. So as I began to grow up, I began to get more and more involved in things that would take me out of myself rather than things that would take me within myself. And so when I start to realize the journey within had to do with, it's like straight lace, no chase. A guy used to tell me that, you know, when he says, well, how do you drink your substance? He said, or drink your whiskey, straight lace, no chase. And in other words, he doesn't put anything to it. He doesn't add anything to it. Why do we have to add something to our lives? I don't know. But the journey within helps me to discover some of those things that are truly me and some of those things that are not me. The things that are not me, I can get rid of. The things that are me are the things that are natural to me. So